Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com here with a 2023 preview of the Buffalo Bills. Going to do some NFL previews. Going to try and keep these things around the 5-minute range. So they're going to be super high level. Shooting most of these in July, so these are really early. We're going to have a lot of NFL coverage like we always do at PickDogs.com. But of course, like it's before the preseason for all of you, it's before the preseason for me. And a great way for me to do it is do my research, do these videos. We can discuss it as a community because sometimes you guys know more about what's going on with these teams in the offseason than I do. We get to the field, we get started handicapping games. It's only going to help us all crush the books together. But anyways, let's take a quick look at the Buffalo Bills. The way these videos are going to work, we're just going to take a high-level look at the team, the players, any changes, where we left off last year, things of that nature. Going to look at the upcoming schedule and to see if we can figure out a way to beat the books on the season win total. Not a huge season win total guy because I don't like tying my money up that long. But if I see the opportunity, I certainly pounce on it. But let's see if we can pounce on something with the Bills. Josh Allen back in the fold as the quarterback. You know, he did get banged up in that early season game in Miami last year. The Bills ended up losing that game. And, you know, Allen was somewhat ineffective for a while after that. But towards the end of the season, we started to see that again. We need to remember that the Bills, you know, pretty much a team that we consider to be a Super Bowl contender almost every single year, really didn't look like that at the end of the season last year. And after the Hamlin incident in Cincinnati, they were pretty much a shaken team. And what we saw from the Bills was a team that barely squeaked by Miami in their regular season game, and they had everything going that they wanted in that game. The sub-zero temperatures, the snowstorm. They eked out a late victory against the Dolphins in that one. And then in the playoffs, the Dolphins forgot, you know, that they needed to actually get a playoff. Were unable to do that, and that's how the Bills ended up beating them in the playoffs. So it was a rough end to the season for the Bills, but, you know, hope springs eternal. The running back spot, it's James Cook's job now. He does have Latavius Murray back there. He's got Hines back there, and, you know, he's got other help as well. Damian Harris coming over from New England, but it's Cook's job. He is a home run hitter like his brother Dalvin. Out of Georgia, not a Georgia running back that saw a ton of carries, though, as it was running back by committee there. So this guy still has a lot of gas left in the tank. Stephon Diggs, still one of the best wide receivers in the game, joined by Gabe Davis, but really not a lot of depth here at wide receiver. We saw at the end of last season, the Bills picked up wide receivers, brought the guys back, you know, out of retirement, things like that. They've drafted a tight end in the first round. It was Dalton Kincaid. Dawson Knox still will be the starter, though, at tight end. Bills look to be pretty set at tight end for a while. The offensive line, the center appears to be the weak spot. Deion Dawkins, this guy's one of the best left tackles in the game, and that's what kind of makes Josh Allen what he is. I think the Bills' offense is in decent shape. There's a few question marks there, but certainly some big-time talent to work around with it. On defense, Greg Rousseau, this guy becoming a premier pass rusher in the game. Him with Von Miller on the other side, great bookends. Ed Oliver in the middle, one of the best. They lose Edmonds at linebacker. This guy could tackle like no one's business. Leonard Floyd comes in. We'll have to see how the chemistry is because Milano and Edmonds were really a great combination. But the Bills' defense, kind of middle of the pack last year, and they certainly saw troubles. And like I said, against the Dolphins' third-string quarterback, the Fish were able to move the ball on them. You know, Himes will be returning kicks, Sam Martin will be punting, and Tyler Bass doing the kicking for the Bills this season. Like I said, where we left off last year, this was a team that fell short of their expectations. When we look at the schedule, the division comes up pretty tough this year with Aaron Rodgers moving over to the Jets. The Dolphins proving that they can beat the Bills, snapping the streak last year by beating the Bills in the Miami game. They go to Philly late in the season. They go to Kansas City late in the season. They got Dallas at home late in the season, at the Chargers, and then finish at Miami to end the season. This is a very, very tough schedule for this Buffalo Bills team. And of course, staying healthy is going to be a big part of it. The game in Jacksonville, the game against Jacksonville is in London this year, so they avoid the trip to Jacksonville, but then they have to go to London, which is basically a home game for the Jaguars, as they have played there every single year. The win total for the Bills is set at 10.5, and boy, to me, that might be a little bit to the aggressive side. I know it's a 17-game schedule this year, but I could see 10-7 for these Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take the under 10.5 wins for the Bills. If you agree, disagree, have other things to add to this, like I said, very, very high level. We're going to go way in depth on these games every single week. We're going to have football coverage every day at pickdogs.com. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Smash that like and subscribe to our channel.